Rachel Eagleton, welcome to Heart of the City.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Listen. And I'm so excited.
Me too.
You have just carved out such an amazing space and business here in Chattanooga. I am always so fascinated by people who start kind of the first of their kind in business. And so, yeah, I was just so excited to sit down and talk more about what you do.
Thank you. Yes, I'm excited to talk to you about it.
Yay. Okay, so tell me, business, what exactly do you do and when did you start?
So I own Rachel's Home Management, which is a luxury home management firm here in Chattanooga. And I started 2.5 years ago, so January 2024. And it was just me for the first year and a half. And now we have a team of 7, which is amazing. It's so much fun.
So cool. Man, 2024, like not that long ago.
No, yes, 2.5 years.
Oh my gosh.
People tell me all the time, like, that's really fast.
Really fast.
To me, it's just normal because it's what happens.
Exactly.
So
well, and it's very clear that it's fulfilling a need that we have in our community. Okay, so luxury home management, break that down for us. Like, what exactly do you offer? What does your client look like? Tell me more.
So I always tell people we handle their personal life so they don't have to. So we'll do any personal assistant work in people's homes. And what that most often looks like is decluttering or organizing, helping with kids and pets or meal prep and running errands.
Wow.
And our typical client are busy parents or high performers at their jobs, and they just don't have the time or the bandwidth to take care of their home.
Yeah.
And it feels like another full-time job to them. And what I always say is, well, it is because I built a business off it. So, of course, it's a full-time job for more than just one person.
So true.
So we take a lot of things off of people's plates, and we've gotten some crazy requests, but crazy in a good way.
Yeah, that's so awesome. And pretty much you don't say no. Like if it has to do with their home, you figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
We either figure it out or we know someone who can.
Nice.
So we also bring in a lot of vendors, which I love because I love working with other small businesses and kind of helping prop them up too. And so
sweet.
Yeah, we have a huge network of people we work with.
That's so nice. I mean, I can attest as like a mom of 2 little kids and a working mom. It's like, yeah, I just was so inspired by your story and this business model because it is so needed. I mean, for people who just don't have enough bandwidth to keep the home running, it just really impacts your life so much. So yeah, your work is so incredible. That's awesome.
Thanks. I'm always honored when people are talking to me about what I do and they're like, everyone needs that. I'm like, exactly.
You're like, exactly.
That's why we're here. So
okay, so let's talk about that though. Like everyone sure needs it, but like what is your average household income that you feel like actually can afford something like this?
Well, you can always make room in the budget for what is valuable to you.
True.
I would say our client household income starts at around $500,000 combined. But something that's really cool that I love personally is that this year especially, there's been a couple other home management companies that have opened here, and they are in a more affordable price point. So that's
so
super cool to me
great.
because it shows that we're influencing the market and that there is someone out there to help everyone.
That's so sweet.
If we're not a fit, someone else is a fit, and I love
cool. That is so true.
Yes.
And the other cool part about what you do, just like purely out of passion, is like your podcast, which then just informs and helps give people like tips and tricks, right? To do it themselves, like if they can't quite afford a home manager. So tell me about the podcast.
The podcast is called The Organized Minute, and we help primarily busy women take control of their home on their own if they can't afford to bring in a home manager or if they just have a do-it-themselves attitude and they want to do that.
So cool. So, okay, back when you started, you said it was just you. So you truly were going and doing all of it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So the first touch point probably still is like a conversation with you.
Of course. Yes.
And then you kind of set them up with the right people, or do you still yourself go do any of the work now?
Typically, no.
Oh, yeah.
I will say we've had a couple of clients that are a little more hands-on just in the onboarding process where I am a little more involved. But typically, yes, people will meet with me and we'll do a consultation one-on-one. I'll talk to them through their needs and then kind of pick a fit from our team that I think would be good based on their personality and their needs. And then I sort of hand them off and they just take it from there, which is awesome.
Wow. And then do you do any sort of like check-ins with the client?
Yeah. Typically for some of our bigger clients, we'll do it. Well, they can text me anytime. I always tell them that. I'm always here, but we do try to do once a month. We reach out and talk to them and see how it's going.
Nice.
But I feel like a lot of them like to text me more than that, which is totally fine.
Yeah. It's kind of an intimate experience to have someone in your home, like seeing your life and Man, I mean, I would imagine it's like pretty vulnerable to like invite
Yeah.
a stranger in and like really show them how you're failing in some
Yeah.
regard. And okay, so let's talk about that. Like, do you feel like there's like kind of a consistent thing people apologize for, like when you go into a home?
As you may know, I am the owner and editor of the Scout Guide Chattanooga, and one of my favorite parts of publishing the guide is getting to discover the incredible local businesses that more people deserve to know about. As we're wrapping up scouting for our next edition, we have just a handful of placements left, and I want to ask for your help. Who is a business in Chattanooga that consistently goes above and beyond? Maybe it's a boutique you can't stop recommending, or a restaurant you take every out-of-towner to, a designer, wellness provider, home expert, or creative entrepreneur who does exceptional work and has built something really special. The Scout Guide has always been about celebrating the people and businesses that make our city unique. Not necessarily the biggest names, but the ones creating remarkable experiences and serving our community with excellence. So, if someone immediately comes to mind, email us at chattanooga@thescoutguide.com or send us a message on Instagram. We'd love to learn more about them before we finalize this next volume. And if you've ever wondered whether your business might be a good fit for the Scout Guide, this is the perfect time to reach out. I'd love to have that conversation. We can't wait to see your recommendations.
Yes, people, well, they'll apologize for anything,
I'm
honestly.
sure.
But they always say, "Oh, I'm so sorry that it looks like this. I'm not like this in my business life or my
Oh,
real life or things like that." And I tell them, "You should have seen my house before I started doing this. Like,
right.
I was not always super organized and super clean.
You weren't?
No,
Okay, we're gonna get to that.
yeah. So yes, we can come back to that.
Yeah.
But people just often want to share that that's not who they are. And
Yeah.
I know that. But I think
Yeah.
sometimes they don't know that. Because
Oh,
a lot of times, and women especially, will put a lot of pressure on themselves to be perfect all the time, to have their house always ready to host guests, to
so
have
true.
everything together for their family, or even if they don't have kids or a spouse, even for themselves. They're
So true.
thinking, I'm so successful. I'm so, I've done so much in my life, but then I come home and it's a mess. And so I must be failing. But
Wow.
they're not failing. And I try to tell people that, like, we've seen everything. We've been in every situation.
Yeah.
We know that you are a great person. You're
Right.
successful in what you do. And this just isn't what you do.
No, it's
And
so true. It's
yeah.
like it'd be like trying to be your own accountant and your own wealth advisor and your own, it's like that's why
Yes.
there are specialists. Yeah.
Mhm. And people
Wow.
have passion for certain things. And if you're passionate about, for example, playing tennis with your friends and that gives
Mhm.
you joy over folding your laundry, I mean, I
Mhm.
want you to be able to go do that
That's so
instead of
true.
beating yourself up for what's not done at home.
Wow, that's so true, Rachel. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, so that vulnerability and that, relationship part,
Mm,
that is it takes a special person. Like for you to
absolutely.
like really gain their trust out of the gate, and
Mhm.
it's a high dollar service. And
Mhm.
so how do you build that rapport? Does it come pretty naturally? Did you
Mm.
like go to trainings? Like, yeah, like how did this kind of go in the beginning versus how
Yeah.
it's going now?
I think for me, thankfully, it came pretty naturally. I went to school for sports communication, so journalism
Nice.
side of things, and I knew how it was to interview people, which is why
Yep.
it's fun to be in this conversation with you.
Yes.
And so I kind of go into it like that, of trying to find the heart of who the people are and what's really tugging at them that's making
Yeah.
them feel emotional or vulnerable. So for
Mhm.
me it's more natural, but I always tell people, for my team, I hire more than 50% of the reason I hire people is empathy, because you cannot teach that.
So
I can
true.
totally teach them how to fold clothes if I need to, or wash dishes, but if they don't have a heart for people, then they're not going to be a good
Man,
fit.
that is so true.
Mhm.
Oof, that is yeah. Yeah,
And I
good
think,
criteria.
yeah, it is. And it's important because with us, we have been with people through deaths of family
Mm.
members. We've been with them
Mhm.
through deaths of animals in the home, which
Mm.
are like family members,
Totally.
honestly. Through huge life transitions, we've been with multiple people during post divorce periods or in the middle of
Wow.
divorces. And so we really see like the heart of life, which is
Mhm.
very intense sometimes. And
Mhm.
I'm grateful to have a team now, because when it
Wow.
was just me, I was going to 3 or 4 houses a day. And so
Oof.
you're walking into totally different situations every time, but
Wow.
very grateful for those connections and
Wow.
people that have been with us since the beginning.
That is so cool. Is your team majority female?
Yes.
Yeah.
We do have a man on our team, though, and he's amazing. He's a doll.
Awesome. That's so great. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's talk about the mental load of families that just honestly all families, the mental load of running a household and trying to keep up with your life and keep appearances and all the things. Like why do you think it feels like so many families are drowning in their own home?
I think a lot of people don't know what they don't know. And they feel like they want to have a perfect home, but they don't know how to get there. And they don't know what that would even look like. So something I talk about on my podcast is we all see all day long, we're inundated with images of magazine-ready homes, Pinterest-worthy homes, all of these things, and those aren't realistic.
So true.
Yeah, so I tell people all the time that organized doesn't have to be aesthetic like that.
Yeah.
It has to be something that actually works for your family.
So true. Oof, that's so true. It's
Something
like the
I use
function over the aesthetics.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Function is key.
Yeah.
And reducing friction is key.
Yeah.
That's something I talk about a lot on the podcast. And you said you have kids.
Yes.
Right? How old are they?
9 months and 2.5.
Okay, so they're a little young for the example I'm going to use.
Yeah.
But I tell people that have kids that are old enough to put their own clothes away, but they don't care to put their own clothes away.
Yeah.
Parents would want them to like fold everything perfectly and put it in the drawer and close the drawer and have it nice. A teenager or even a preteen is probably going to look at their clean clothes and be like, great, and throw it in a drawer. And if that is what works for them and the drawer still closes, the mission's accomplished.
Great.
The mission is accomplished.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be so perfect. You don't have to open your drawer or your teenager's drawer and see perfectly folded clothes. Everything is color-coded.
Choose your battles.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
Yes.
It's not going to work. Or if they are leaving their clothes everywhere or spouses are leaving their clothes everywhere, I tell people, well, where is your hamper? Is it all the way across the house in the laundry room?
So true.
Or is it in your bedroom where you're taking your clothes off at the end of the day?
Yeah.
You know?
So true.
So that's an easy thing people can do to kind of take away from the mental load. It's that friction, I think, that stops people.
That is so true. Oh, I love that. Okay, so do you think it's like the clutter that really is the like most overwhelming, or do you think it's like the physical clutter, or is it more the mental load of like the pressure we put on? Like what?
Ooh,
I know,
good
right?
question.
I really thought about this. I'm like, okay, when I look around my home or my life, I'm like, is it all this stuff, or is it more just like what I want it to be that it's not, and like the constant just computer running in my head, or like narrative I'm telling myself?
Well, I think it's definitely both.
Yeah.
But the physical contributes to that mental checklist that you have going.
Totally.
And I think today, honestly, people have too much stuff.
Yeah.
Consumerism's out of control.
Oh my God.
Honestly.
Especially with kids, the toys and the, oh my gosh, just trying to even train grandmas to like quit buying stuff. Like we just don't need it all. Yeah. Like my sons just want to play with a stick, you know, it's like we don't need the toys.
Yeah. That's awesome. I mean, that's a great toy because then you can just throw it outside when you're done.
Exactly.
But yes, I think the physical clutter really does impact people. Not to say people who don't have clutter aren't impacted by mental to-do lists and exhaustion. But they've actually done studies that show that women in cluttered environments have their cortisol spike early in the morning, which is normal, but then theirs doesn't drop off. It stays high through the whole day. And in the same study, they tested their husbands in that scenario, and they weren't impacted at all. And so when you look at it from the lens of women in the home, I mean, you look at a pile of clutter and you think, oh, that's clutter. Someone has to do something about that. Who's going to do something about that?
People are seeing it.
Okay, yes.
Yeah,
I'm
it defines
it's
me
gonna
now.
Be me.
Yeah,
If it's not me, then I have to tell the person like to do it, and then I have to tell them where to put those things and where are we going to put those things. And so it just adds up a lot. And so once you start getting rid of some of those things, then your list starts getting smaller and smaller in your head. And
so nice.
The goal is to make it quiet, which is where we come in. But if people want to do it on their own, they totally can. It just takes a little more effort.
Yeah, definitely. So what do you feel like the most common, just absolute task you've been praised for? Like, this makes the biggest difference in my life that you guys go in and do for people?
Wow. Closets would be big. For sure.
My closet is a wreck. Yes.
yes. We help with closets a lot. And sometimes we help with the same closets over and over again, which is totally cool. I love that. It's kind of a fun project, it's like you're a kid back in the day and you're like,
Yeah.
I love fashion and colors and all this. And you get to see these amazing clothes that some of our clients have. So that would be one. Another one would be when we're able to do something like on a very short time period. So we had a client who their parent was on hospice, unfortunately, and they were really wanting a milkshake from a certain restaurant, and the client couldn't leave the house, of course. And they texted me, and I was like, okay, let's see if we can do this. And we had someone there within 30 minutes with it. And so that makes a big difference. And that is something I'm passionate about doing.
Those little, like, very personable moments and touches. That's so cool.
This episode is brought to you by Siskin Children's Institute, and you're invited to one of Chattanooga's most meaningful nights of the year. Join Siskin on Saturday, August 15 for Star Night 2026, an unforgettable evening of Western glam filled with incredible food, live entertainment, exciting auctions, and powerful stories of hope. Every ticket, sponsorship, and donation helps provide life-changing therapies, diagnostic services, and support for children with special needs and their families right here in our community. Join me and my table as we pull on our boots, dress to impress, and be part of a night where grit, grace, and giving come together. Learn more and reserve your spot today at siskin.org/starnight.
And we do have a scholarship portion of Rachel's Home Management that is just my passion project. I feel like it's my God-given purpose to serve others. And so that's something that we started this year and was probably the biggest impact we've had on a family here who was getting close to becoming hoarders. They weren't quite there because we don't typically do that scenario, but they were getting pretty close, and there was kids in the home. And so I sent the team in. They were there for 22 hours and just completely changed their life. Like, they were sending texts saying, my kids are crying. They don't get it. Like, they're too young to even understand what just happened. Our dog can run through the house for the first time in forever. And it's like, that's way more meaningful to me to like make an impact like that, even when it's not to like the level we typically do.
That is so sweet.
It's my biggest one that I'm proud of. And I'm so proud of the team that did it too, because they went above and beyond even what I asked them to do.
Oh my gosh. So your scholarship program, are you doing these types of acts of kindness and service like once a year, or how does it work?
So my ultimate big goal would be to donate 10,000 hours of service a year. We're not there yet.
Wow,
but our
Rachel.
goal is this year is $10,000 of service, and we are on our way there this year.
Wow,
that's our first.
Insane.
Thanks. Yeah.
Wow.
It's just what
and
I
so
think
you're
I
just
need.
donating it. You're not asking for.
So it's kind of either or. So it's sometimes the clients still want to pay. They don't want to feel like it's just a handout. And so we say free or reduced service.
Nice.
And it's kind of whatever they work out. I would be more than happy to do it for free. But we offer the option free or reduced, and oftentimes they do want to pay something towards it.
That's so sweet. And how do you find these families?
That was our first one that we did, the one I was talking about, and they actually reached out to us.
Nice.
And
you just had a heart.
I just had a heart, and I just drove up, and I felt it like, okay, this is going to be the one. Like, this is going to be the one that we're going to start with. And so it ended up working great. But I do always just tell people, if you know someone that could benefit from this and they're going through a difficult life transition or they're in a bad spot, like, please reach out. We will be happy to see what we can do to help them.
At least assess.
Yes.
That's so nice.
I ask people at my church too all the time, like, if you hear of anything. So if anyone hears of anything at their church, I'd be more than happy to talk to them too.
Oh, that's really nice. What a cool way to serve.
Thank you.
That's really awesome. Okay, so let's talk about you not always being clean and organized. This is fascinating to me. I just figured a person in your role would have just like always been this very type A.
Right.
Okay, so what?
Yes.
Like, how did this transpire?
Yeah. My parents think it's funny that this is my job, because
this would be like me going into this. Honestly, my mom would be like laughing.
Yes. I mean, they're very proud. Let me say
I bet.
that. But they would tell you, if they could be sitting here right now, they would be saying, we could never get her to clean her room.
Exactly.
We went to her dorm in college, or her apartment in college, and you couldn't even see the floor. And I had a mattress on the floor. I guess, why do people do that in college? I don't know. But I had my mattress on the floor, and it was literally like clothes up to the level of the mattress, the whole
Oh
floor.
my gosh.
So embarrassing. So I always look for pictures of it too to try and be like, look, it was me back in
You're
the
like,
day.
you too can have a glow up in your home.
Exactly.
That's hilarious.
And my family, like even when I turned 12, they gave me for my birthday the chore of cleaning the bathroom because I was like too messy, like leaving my stuff all over the place.
Oh my gosh.
I know. They really tried. And
They really
it worked
tried.
out, I
Yeah,
guess.
it paid off.
But I don't know. I think what happened is when I was in college, I just was so focused on that. And growing up, I was like, there's more stuff to do. I was kind of like my clients.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I'd rather be doing so many other things than cleaning. Like, who wants to do that?
Yeah.
But as I got older, thankfully, my best friend from college, we moved here together. And he was like, if we're going to live together, you have to get rid of 2/3 of your stuff because you have too much stuff.
Wow.
I was like, oh, how could I do that? But I really wanted to move here. So I was like, let me do that. And once I got rid of my stuff, it was like, whoa, it's so much easier to keep my things together and in order and keep things clean. I mean, right now, it takes me 10 minutes to reset my whole house. Because
oh my gosh.
there's not just clutter everywhere.
Yeah.
Not to say it doesn't
so
get bad.
nice. Of
sometimes.
course. Yeah.
But
well, because you're also busy building your own business.
and I'm human.
Yeah, exactly.
I tell people all the time, progress, not perfection.
Totally.
And I try to remind myself that.
Yes.
But I think really getting rid of so much stuff helped. And then once you see the benefit of having a clean space, I think it's easier to keep it that way. And we've had clients where we do help them reset their house and then they keep it that way. So we work ourselves out of a job. But
wow. I was going to say,
like
it's
to do
probably
that.
not typical though. Like I
No,
would say most of your
not.
clients you're having to keep up with because I mean, I will say like even, I am very blessed to have house cleaners, but it's not like I keep it that way until they come back. Like it gets bad and then I'm so glad that they're back.
Yes.
It's like I don't know. It's like, man, I wish someone could like go in my brain and truly rewire me. But then you'd be out of a job. So I'm happy for you.
Thank you. Yes. I'm always happy when we work ourselves out of it because I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, like be free.
That is
like,
kinda sweet.
it's
Yeah.
like they're jumping out of the nest and they're going to go do great
Yes.
things, which is amazing.
Wow. But their life will change again and they'll be in transition as life happens and
we'll
so
be there.
they'll call you back. Yeah.
They'll be there or they'll tell their friends, which is
Yeah,
even cooler.
so
I love
true.
that. Most of our clients come through word of mouth. So
That's awesome.
we're very blessed in that way.
That's so cool. Yeah. So when you first started marketing your business, was it a lot of word of mouth or how did you get really started like getting paid for this and like getting a reputation?
Well, I was very, very lucky. Something that I think kind of goes with what we both love, which is connections in this city.
Yeah.
My first, I was going to say my first big boss, but my first like big girl job that I loved was at the Tivoli Theater Foundation.
Aww.
I loved that job. I was an event planner. And my boss there, I will name drop her because she's amazing, Courtney Keene.
Amazing.
She's so great. And she is such a wonderful, like, empowering person. She honestly has changed my life more than once. She gave me a shot when I had no business working as an event planner at the Tivoli. And she either was desperate or she saw something in me, which I'm going to guess it was the latter.
Oh my
and she gave me a shot then. And so when I then went on to do events at Unum and was really feeling like I want to do something else, I reached back out to her and was kind of talking through it with her. And she said, if you want to try this, I will give you 10 hours a week.
Wow.
Yes. And she's still a client to this day.
No way.
But yes.
Oh my gosh, how sweet.
I know. And so that's why I'm like, she has changed
That
my
is
life multiple
so cool.
times.
But it took you picking up the phone and calling her and like putting yourself out there and being vulnerable with your desires and your aspirations. Like that's just a hard step. Like that's awesome,
Thank you.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, that's so cool.
But she's great. I mean, I'm so grateful for her. And like I said, she's still a client, which is awesome. And after I got her to say she would do it, because it was kind of an overnight decision to do this. I mean, I knew I wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
But I decided I'll take 3 months off after I leave Unum and really relax and kind of settle in. And I was so bored. I'm like, what can I do? And so I made my website.
How awesome.
She signed on, which was cool. And then by the end of that first month, just through Facebook, like people asking for help on Facebook, I had 2 more clients by the end of January. Gosh. Yes. And one of them is still on. One of them,
so awesome.
I don't want to say they like aged out, but they did go to like a nice assisted living facility, so they don't need us anymore.
Yeah.
But I still love them very much.
Oh my
But
gosh,
yes,
that is so cool.
it's great to have 2 of like the first 3 clients still with us 2.5 years later.
Such a testament.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
If your yard is looking a little tired in this Tennessee heat, don't give up on it just yet. A quick trip to the barn nursery can bring it back to life. Right now is a great time to plant heat-loving favorites like lantana, coneflowers, butterfly bush, and zinnias, plants that thrive through our hottest summer days with the right care. The knowledgeable and sweet team at the barn nursery can help you choose the perfect plants for your space and show you how to keep them flourishing all season long. Visit the barn nursery in Chattanooga and go play in the yard.
Let's talk about habits, resets, kind of some maybe overarching tips and tricks, if you will.
Sure.
Okay, what does like a realistic daily reset in a home look like?
So, wow, that's a tough question.
Is that tough? Okay.
It is tough, but we
Okay.
can go through
Okay.
it. So I would say first, before you do that, you'd have to have systems in place. So
Right.
in my home specifically, what a reset looks like is making sure when I come home at the end of the night, I bring in all my bags because as women, I
Bag
feel like we have
ladies.
tons of bags.
Correct.
Right. And I live on Signal Mountain, so I'm always taking like 3 or 4 bags with me from
Correct.
home. So I'll bring in all my bags, and then each bag has a place in my home. So I make sure that they all go back to their place. My keys go on the hook at the door. I put my shoes in the closet, and then I go change into my PJs because that is like the first thing
Of
we want to do when we
course.
go home. So I do that and make sure all my clothes go in the hamper so they're not on the floor. And then I go unpack my lunchbox, whatever's left in there, put the dishes in the dishwasher, put the ice packs away for tomorrow, put the lunchbox away, and then it's done. And it takes maybe
Wow.
5 minutes. But to do that, you have to have all those little things like the hook and the
True.
hamper and the spots already designated
Totally.
for you. And you have to already have a preset space for it to be so quick.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's easy enough. You just have to decide how you want your space to look and how you want it to stay, how
Yeah.
you want to maintain it. So for me, I prefer there to be nothing on the counters or nothing on like the living room table so that it's completely clear when I come home. Some people like to have coffee table books or anything, but you don't want to have, miscellaneous receipts, dishes from last night.
Mail.
Yeah.
Yes. The
Mail's a
mail
huge
stack.
one.
The mail stack. Yes.
A tip for mail is when you bring it into the house, just go through it right then.
Ugh.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
It's hard coming from me who just had the mail person stick a piece of mail in the door of my mailbox because it was too full.
Okay, thank you for the honesty.
I was like, wow, did someone stick something special in my mailbox? No.
No,
They were
it's
like,
just
it's
too
too
full.
full. Because I just, as a kid,
Well, you're like,
I
I'm not going
always
to check it if
wanted-
I don't have time to go through it. You're like my system.
Correct. Or I'm like, I know it's all junk anyway, probably.
I know.
But I
it's
did do
annoying.
it. I brought it in. I went through all of it. And then from the huge stack, only 2 things were relevant to me. Everything else went
Wow.
straight in the trash. If you grew up with parents like mine, you have to like rip it up and shred it up so
Yep.
people don't dig through your trash
Yep.
for all these
That's
things.
so funny.
But yes, so if
Yeah.
you just do it right when you get it,
So true.
it's frustrating. I know.
So true.
But otherwise, paper takes so long to go through.
Yeah.
So long.
It feels very overwhelming and tedious.
And
So
it's
yeah, it's like
small.
the bigger the stack gets, like the harder it is. Yeah, totally.
We go through paper for people a lot.
I bet.
So it
Yeah.
takes so much longer than people think. And that's
Oh my gosh. Well, and
always
it's
hard.
probably hard when it's someone else's papers. Like that's even more of a task. Like yeah.
Yes.
Oh gosh. Okay, if someone feels completely overwhelmed today, where should they start?
wow. Without calling us, right?
Without calling you.
Okay.
If we're gonna empower people a little today.
Of course. I love to empower
Yeah,
people.
yeah, I know you do.
So if someone felt completely overwhelmed today, I would tell them to stand in the space that they spend the most time in. For me, it's the living room. I always use myself as an example,
Yeah.
so it's easy. But I would stand in the place that you feel the most, or spend the most time, and that you
Spend the
feel the
most time.
most overwhelmed by, because that's often going to be the same
Yeah.
place. And then look around and think of 5 things that you can remove from that space. Either
Ooh.
donate or trash them, or do they belong somewhere else?
Ooh.
So something for me yesterday, I had 3 pairs of shoes under my living room table, even though I just told you I put them away every day.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes no, but I had those and I thought that is going to overwhelm me when I get home. And I literally looked in the mirror like how we used to back in the day
Like
when you'd
pep
be
talk.
like talking to
Yeah.
yourself in the mirror. And I was like, you need to do what you preach to other people. And
Yes.
so I did. I went and picked those 3 shoes up and put them in the closet so that when
Wow.
I came home, it was easier. So to people who are overwhelmed, think of 5 things
5
in the room that
things.
you could either put away or get rid of, and then just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. Another
So
thing
true.
we tell people is set the timer for 15 minutes and pick up everything you can in 15 minutes. And when it goes off, sit down, chill, let it go.
True.
You can do
'Cause,
much
like,
more.
even a little bit still made a dent. Like, it still is a little bit of progress. Yeah.
We're big on like small changes that you can make huge differences over time.
So true.
if you can do that little block of time, oftentimes you're going to already feel like positive benefits in
So
those
true.
15 minutes. So either we'll keep going or you'll sit down and feel accomplished and then try again tomorrow with 15 minutes. And then the rest will get done over time.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I have like the horrible curse of like, and it's probably my ADD brain, but you know, I can't just like, sometimes I can't just put my clothes away. I have to like clean out my whole closet to put my clothes away.
Yeah.
So I like create such a bigger task and like mess for myself than if I just were to like, okay, Amy, we don't have to tackle the entire closet, you know, but to me, it's like, like I don't want to just put it away and keep band-aiding the situation. I know that I truly need to like purge or whatever. And my husband's always like, Amy, it doesn't have to be the full closet clean.
No, it doesn't. And that's a big recipe for overwhelm.
Yes.
People think that they have to do like a marathon task or a huge overhaul, and it's not true.
Or you get like a burst of motivation. So you're like, now is the time. But it's like, we'll use that burst of motivation to like gently pick up 3 areas rather than try to deep dive one area.
Sure. Because what happens with motivation is it'll go away.
It does.
So you'll get motivated and then
you're laying in the mess.
Yes, your bed is just covered in clothes and you're like, now what? Okay, I'm gonna go forget.
That meme is me. Yeah. Okay, what's one system you've put into place for a family that completely changed the way they lived?
Wow. That's a great question. I would say some of the pantry overhauls we've done, because so many times people would have expired food in there and they just don't know because pantries are deep or like they're huge these days. I don't know if you know, but these pantries are huge nowadays and people forget what they have, which is then costing them more money at the grocery store because they don't know they already have it. Or they go to use it and it's already expired. So I'd say that's probably the biggest thing that impacts people's day-to-day life. That or the fridge. Because same thing. People have so much expired food in their fridge, and it's actually shocking when you see it, because you're like, wow, this was all one of my favorite sayings. This was all money at some point.
Wow.
I say that a lot to our clients.
I love that.
They're looking around and I'm like, this was all money here, even in the fridge or the pantry.
So true.
And now it's wasted because you didn't even know that you had it.
It's
and
so true.
I'd say that system, like installing a pantry system, is the most helpful.
Yeah, that's huge. Also need. Okay, let's shift to like just the feeling of a home. What do you think what do you think is more important, a beautiful home or a welcoming home?
Oh, a welcoming home. Because you don't want a home to feel sterile, which sometimes beautiful homes can.
Yes.
And so you want it to feel warm and welcoming, and cozy is a huge word that I see as a green flag when people come see my house.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's so cozy in here. I'm like,
yay,
we nailed it. That's great.
So sweet.
So I would say welcoming, because a home is, well, cliche. A home is where the heart is.
Yeah.
And a heart is welcoming. It's not just beautiful. A lot of times it is.
Yeah,
but
it's so true.
Also there to be there when you're happy and be there when you're sad and be there through all of life's big moments, and you want it to feel like somewhere you want to be.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a home is meant to be lived in. Like
Absolutely.
It's okay. Like I have one friend who's a mom of 3 and she's got older kids than me, so she's just more experienced, and you know, I'll like apologize when she comes over, and I remember it was after I had my second baby and she was like, this is how a home should be. It's great. If it wasn't like this, I'd be worried, you know? And it was just like, oh, what perspective, you know? It's like, yeah, so it's sweet to think of it that way.
Absolutely.
What have hundreds of homes taught you about what really matters?
Can you believe we have world-class ballet happening right here in Chattanooga? At Chattanooga Ballet, you'll experience breathtaking performances, incredible artistry, and a mission that's all about serving our community through the power of dance. Mark your calendar for the Releve Soiree, an unforgettable evening of live performance, celebration, and giving back. Or bring the whole family to Ballet in the Park, a free afternoon of performances, hands-on activities, and fun for all ages. Learn more, grab your tickets, and discover what's next at chaballet.org. That's CHA ballet.org.
I would say the biggest thing that really matters is family, and that's evident in all of our clients. They all want us to be there so that they can have a better situation for their family, whether that be a cleaner or more useful space for their kids, or a space where they can come together as a family, or if we clean out their kitchen or their pantry and things, then they now have the possibility to make family dinners together with everyone. Just connection is so important in the home, and that can look different during different homes or with different families, but it's a common thread that runs through all of them.
That's so sweet. I love that. At the end of the day, what do you hope people feel when they walk through their front door?
Calm, no stress, happy, and well, those are all things I want to feel too at my house. I was thinking, what do I want to feel when I walk in? Because I use all the same philosophies at my own house, but I just want them to feel like a deep sigh when they walk in, like, okay, everything outside, the world is out there, my job is out there. Any outside stress can just kind of be out there, and then this is a safe haven.
Yes,
yeah, exactly.
I love that. Oh, that's so true. I love it. Okay, let's do a quick round of just fun questions. Okay, what is the biggest organizing myth?
Oh, that you can't learn how to be organized.
Ooh.
People, you said quick, right?
Oh, no, that's good. No, I like it. Yeah.
People think that they can't do it because they've never been organized. But as we heard earlier in this episode, I was not always organized. So it's something that's 100% can be learned.
It's possible. One thing every household should automate or simplify.
Mail. Paper systems, filing for sure.
Yeah. One habit every family should start this week.
Oh, one of my favorites, I call it, well, I don't call it this, but it's don't put it down, put it away. So if you're carrying a glass around the house with you, like a glass of water, don't put it down on the bathroom counter. Bring it all the way back to the kitchen and put it in the sink.
Totally.
So I always say that, or the one-touch rule. Just touch something one time. Don't keep putting it down and having to pick it up and put it down, pick it up. So if you can get your kids on board, well, not yours, they're a little young.
Yeah,
but like if people can get their kids.
My 2-year-old's capable.
That's
I'm like,
right.
come on.
That's right. If you can get your family on board with don't put it down, don't throw your backpack on the floor when you get home. Just hang it on this hook that I hung here for you. You know, I think that would help a lot of people.
Yeah, I agree. One thing people should stop feeling guilty about.
How their home looks. Yes, I think sometimes people think, like we talked about earlier, they're a failure if their home is messy, but that is so not the case. They're just using their brain power somewhere else where it's more needed or more valued in that moment.
So true. Biggest waste of money when it comes to organization.
Okay, a hot take maybe, but I would say those clear plastic bins because they look so good online. They do. And I have clients who use them and love them. But the second you put something in those bins, you now also have to organize the inside of the bin because you can see into it.
Are you talking about like the big bins?
No, like
the smaller, like on the shelf bins?
Yes. Or this is a hot take, I think.
Okay, no,
actually,
come on. Hit us with it.
I don't love when people decant their pantry items. So like pouring the cereal into like a clear container.
I would agree. To me, I'm like, well, how will I ever know when it goes bad? Because I'm not going to keep up with that. And I'm not going to cut out the label and tape it on the thing.
No.
And like, that's too much.
That defeats the purpose.
Right. And and then I agree with you. I've never done that. I mean, it looks beautiful, but yeah.
Totally. I have many things like that on my Pinterest board. It is not at all how my home looks. I have the flour like still in the flour bag, just like with the top rolled down.
And like hopefully a clip maybe or like some tape.
If I have a clip.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a hot take maybe because I know it's such a like coveted style. Yes. 100%.
Oh my gosh. I love that. Especially like in your pantry that very few people are going to see. Like if you want to have a jar of something out, great. But like in the pantry seems silly.
Oh, that reminds me. Open shelving is a tough one.
Brutal.
I've seen it done so well.
I have it in my
houses,
kitchen and I would have never picked it. I'm like, what the heck? This stuff just collects dust. I'm sick of looking at it. It's not functional because it's not like that's where we keep our plates and our mugs. Like we have cabinets, but there's just shelves here.
Yes.
It's
I've
so
seen
annoying.
people keep plates and stuff
I
on
have
it.
too. And I guess maybe should. But you know what's annoying? They're not deep enough. They're just stupid little shelves.
Oh, that's
It's just
awful.
dumb.
I don't like it.
It's dumb.
I don't
Me
like
neither.
it.
I'm like, when we can afford to redo the kitchen, those are going.
Yes, I love it. I'm on board.
Yeah, okay, good. Oh my gosh. Okay. A few more for you. A few more questions. Okay, so if someone right now feels like they're failing at keeping up with their home, what would you want them to hear?
I would want them to hear that your home is not you. Your value is not in how your home looks, and you are so much more than the space that you live in.
That's great. Wow. How do you know when a home is truly running with ease?
When you walk in, you can tell. I mean, it's a vibe for sure, but you can tell that there's less stress. The energy is much lighter in the home. There's not, takeout containers everywhere around the house, which no shame, but they're, it's more picked up. Sometimes I walk into those homes and wonder why they called us, honestly, but they have their own things that they need help with too.
Yeah.
But systems in place is another good one.
Totally. Oh, I love that. Okay, Rachel, famous last question. I want you to fill in the blank.
Okay.
The heart of Rachel's home management is?
People. That was
classic.
easy.
Yeah.
That was easy.
The people. I love it.
We care so much about people, and that's the whole reason we do what we do, is just to help people and serve people. So without people, we would be nothing.
That's awesome. Well, it shines through tenfold.
Thank you.
And yes, I hope you get many, many calls after this because you're just so inspiring. And
Thank you.
I think I'll be calling, honestly.
Well, we'll be there.
This has taught me a lot. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Well, thanks, Rachel.